What's going on, everybody? I'm Mark. Thank you for stopping by. You're watching Trading with a Dummy. The reason why I'm grinning and smiling is because I told you guys that I would have a follow-up video dropping the same day as I dropped the OTB trading group review, which is right here if you want to check it out. And obviously I didn't drop it. And this is the reason. What happened is this. While I was shooting the OTB Clubhouse review, there's a scene in it where I take shots of tequila, Terramana. By the way, yo, Dwayne Johnson, I've drank your tequila multiple times in multiple of my videos, especially on the Marky Mark Master None channel. So, yo, be a sponsor. That would be great. But anyways, I took multiple shots, and once I sat down here to start shooting the video, I got a little tipsy, a little too tipsy. My kids came in, I started yelling at my kids, and it was just a bad look. It's just that their charging is ridiculous. I'm in the middle of shooting a video.
Sorry, no, but my mom told me to come.
What do you need?
We have to leave like in 5 minutes.
Okay, please close the door. Take Coco out.
Can we just like walk? Huh? With my stuff yet? No.
Dude, I was literally in the middle of.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
I was in the middle of shooting a video.
Alright, you got 5 more minutes?
Yeah, but you guys just interrupted me in the middle of my video.
Sorry, I didn't know you were doing the video still.
He should have told you.
No, I told you to go do some. Go sit down.
I'm not getting no respect in this house, man. So, I opted to scrap that video and start over again. So, yeah, this is a follow-up to the OTB Clubhouse review where I talked about I was gonna have a one-on-one, I wouldn't say one-on-one because it's a masses out there, but I was gonna have like a heart-to-heart conversation with a lot of you guys out there. And this is gonna be unscripted because most of my stuff is typically scripted. This is gonna be unscripted. Hopefully I can do it in one take. That way it will be less editing as required. So good morning to you guys, or afternoon or evening, whenever you're watching this video. It's morning here, so let's get into this conversation. The reason why I want to go on my quick rant, because I'm hoping that this will be the last time I'm gonna do this. I plan on not addressing this again. But I think it was time that we would address it because I've been getting a lot of DMs from people ever since my channel started to grow a little bit. A lot of people like the review channels or the trading groups, but I've been getting hit up by a lot of people who have been taking advantage of some of these groups. Not the ones that I reviewed. So all the ones that you guys see that I have reviewed are great groups. So I don't have a single bad thing to say about any of them. It's just basically find where you fit in and go with it. Dame's group is awesome, which is the money printers. Zay's group is awesome, which is called the runners. Kiki's group is awesome, which is the S2F. They all offer different things in the same field that we are all trying to become proficient at. The space that we're currently in, where so many people, and when I say so many people, there are so many people that are popping out of the woodworks, that are popping up on YouTube, that are starting their own trading groups. There are people that we know that we have signed up with during the pandemic. I'm not going to name any names, so don't even ask me, because I'm not in the business of trying to bash people. But I think a lot of us know who some of these groups are. They charge crazy prices, and you need to start being weary. And the reason why I say that is because I was one of those suckers who fell into that group mentality where I'm like, yo, I'm loyal, I belong to this group, I'm this. I used to call myself, you know, the names to those groups. And I was 100% dedicated. If someone would hit me up, I actually a lot of times would say, how much money do you have? Because as you guys know, there's a lot of these people, the bigger their names become in the business, the more they choose to charge, and their purpose starts shifting away from what it originally became, which was to help people, and now it became something of a way to help, but I need to have monetary gains from it. And I'm going to charge a lot of money for it. And my issue is this, is if you've ever been to any of those real estate events, and I give you an example. The way I actually came across EYL is, I mentioned it before, my neighbor had told me about it, but I got really interested in MG the mortgage guy and the investment part of EYL, the real estate part. But prior to that, I used to go to all these real estate conventions. The ones where Grant Cardone shows up, the ones where Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank or Daymond John shows up. And I would go to these events, whether it was free or paid, and I would show up and it would be hundreds of people, sometimes thousands of people sitting in this auditorium, and they all fall into the same category. It was a group of people who are hoping to gain some sort of knowledge from the people who come up on stage to change their life and where life has been heading for a certain amount of time. And these people come up on stage and they would talk about all this awesome, amazing stuff that you can do too, because they have the knowledge and they can give you that knowledge. And if you just stick to their blueprint, you will also be successful, and you will also be a millionaire, and you will also sell a bunch of houses, and so on. And they keep bringing up all these different people that you've never heard of, but of course they always have that one celebrity. And then the celebrity comes out and they do their whole, motivational speech. And then the next thing you hear is, for the first 30 people who run up to the stage, you will get a massive discount on our proprietary program. And it's going to be discounted by taking off $10,000. So come up on stage quickly and people will just start lining up, and there will be a group of people and you can sign up and you feel like you're getting something exclusive and it's urgent, like right now, limited time. That's always the key word, limited time, limited time. And you come up there and you sign the paperwork and you drop $5,000 to $10,000 or even more sometimes. And if you don't have the money, they have someone there who's willing to extend your credit. And next thing you know, you get into this program, you're super excited, and next thing you do, you realize that it was all a bunch of crap.
Oh my God.
It was all a bunch of generic information. You don't have access to that person who was even selling the program. There's no one really to guide you. It is basically a scam. You just basically paid for fluff. You paid for fluff. And this happens throughout the world, these conventions. And people, like I said, pay for it or they come to it for free. The problem is once the pandemic happened, people were out of a job. And all these groups start popping up, and then you start seeing more people that looked like us. And they spoke like us, and they dressed like us, and they were relatable. And again, we became their market, right? The problem is that I do believe initially when all this stuff started that people's intentions are always at first legit. The problem is once you grow, people's personalities grow, people's interests grow, people's purpose grows. And the purpose is no longer to help people, the purpose is to make money. That's where I believe the hustle begins. I want people to understand this, and I hope I'm not rubbing anyone wrong, and I'm not trying to shit on anybody. I just want you guys to realize that I was one of those people who was in these groups who didn't know anything about investments, didn't know anything about real estate, didn't know anything about credit cards, didn't know anything about insurance. All I knew was how to be in the military and do my job well and kick ass at it, and that was it. But I always had this entrepreneurship within me where I wanted to go and get out of the military and learn something different and be my own boss. So it resonated with me when I saw people that looked like me popping up all over YouTube, and I started following them. I started taking these programs and all this other stuff. The problem is that a lot of these programs are thousands of dollars. And again, I gotta remind you guys, what is their core audience? The core audience are middle class, broke people who have a 9-to-5, who are struggling to put food on their table, who don't have much money saved up, don't have enough cash sometimes to make ends meet. That is their core audience, and they hit you with those key words. The information they kept from us. I love hearing that. And the truth is, there is no information that was kept from us. The truth is, we just were not exposed to the information. And if you simply go to the library, every single thing that these groups are teaching, you can get for free at the library by simply reading or going on Amazon and paying maybe $20 for a book, or even going on YouTube. That's why one of the reasons that I praise the Come Up series so much is because it's free. It's free and there is no secret sauce. There isn't anybody trying to sprinkle a little bit of information and then, hey, for $3,000, you can learn more about options. So pay the Come Up series $3,000 and you get to learn the secret sauce on how Mark Monroe and Jolyn GC trade. And you don't have that. You don't have that. But from a lot of these other groups, you get that. You get the little sprinkle of information to get you to pique your interest. And next thing you know, you're willing to go into your savings account and take out the little bit of money that you have to invest into these groups. And then they feed you generic ass information. Example right now. I tell you this. You guys ready for some $1 million worth of game? All right, here it is. Invest into Apple, Microsoft. Invest into index funds, invest into Home Depot, Target, and just put money in there right now. If you have $5,000, buy right now. It's for long term, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. Just put $5,000, spread it out within those groups, and I guarantee you next year you most likely will be up. You're welcome. Now pay me $10,000. That is legit what is happening within this community. And that's my problem. It doesn't take a genius to realize that if you invest into good companies that you're gonna make money by the end of 5 years. Because realistically, it doesn't matter if you buy Apple at 130 or at 150. Does it really matter for the long term? It does not matter. Because if you're holding it for 5 to 10 to 15 to 30 years, it does not matter when you enter. The only time when perfect entry and optimal entry really matter is when you are day trading, when you are scalping, and when you are most likely working with short-term options. That's when it really matters, guys. That's when it really matters. And if you're not in that space, you do not need to pay someone to tell you when to get into a position. All that stuff is for free online. All you have to do is just Google, hey, what are the hottest marijuana stocks right now? What is the hottest tech stocks right now? What's inside of the S&P 500? What's inside of the NASDAQ? What's inside of XOK, XOY? And then just do some research. And then look and see, hey, what was the 52-week high? What's the 52-week low? Where do I want to get in at? Does it really matter where I get in at? Because I'm going to be holding it for God knows how long. This is what I'm talking about. You do not have to pay people for this information to learn how to trade options. You do not need to pay someone to learn how to trade options. The only time I truly believe that you need to pay for someone is if you're trying to do this for a living as a full-time gig, like I'm trying to do. If you're trying to make passive income right now, where you have an ability to take money out of the market on a weekly or monthly basis, that's the only time I ever suggest you really pay for someone. Not only that, look at what they're charging you. I learned how to do supply and demand from Sam Seaton initially. I believe Sam Seaton's actual course, the stuff that's not on YouTube, I believe his course starts at $10,000, maybe $20,000. Because let me tell y'all, there is no secret sauce. All it is people who've been in the market, who've been dealing with investments longer than you have. That is it, and it takes time. It is great to have a mentor. That's why I promoted O2B Clubhouse, is because the guy is actually a mentor. He is teaching you. You have someone in the back of your corner. Most of you may not have that. And if you're paying thousands and thousands of dollars for a program, God damn it, you should be able to reach that person. You should be able to call that person. You should be able to DM that person gets back to you. Or bare minimum, you should be able to freaking email that person and have that person call you back or email you back or DM you back. That's at least what they should be doing for you. They should show up when they say, hey, I'm gonna have this event. Hey, I'm gonna hold this class. Show up. Show up. People are paying you so much money. Why are you not showing up? Yo, we're so damn loyal. We're so fucking loyal for no reason whatsoever, because in the end of the day, I tell you this, you are a customer. Point blank, period. But these people are not your friends, because the minute you stop paying, they don't give a fuck about you. We are customers. And there shouldn't be any issues saying, hey, are you making more money off of my subscriptions and subscriptions of these thousands of people that signed up than you are trading or investing or selling homes? What ultimately their goal is. Are they a salesperson, an educator, a trainer? Are they looking to really help you, or are they looking just to take your money? I've had people who reached out to me, and it's so sad, who've dropped $20,000 in a program, and a person barely shows up. They're not really executing on anything, not showing them anything new, and it's just like you're paying to hang out with that person. $20,000. There's so many groups out there that are unknown. There's so many groups out there with people who legitimately want to help you. There are groups out there who, of course, you know, they want to make money off of, you know, a subscription service or mentorship service or selling products or whatever. I don't knock that hustle at all. I respect it. Yo, my guy Zay, for example, I like Zay a lot. He has this Running Up group. Great group. Great group. Do I legitimately think that he is just trying to make a paycheck off of people? No. The guy legitimately invests in trades. He has his courses that he puts his time into, and he shows up every single day, Monday through Friday, and on Sundays, and on IG Live. So yeah, my guy, charge money for that. But do you see Zay charging $1,000 a month, $5,000 a year, $10,000 a year? Nah, I think his group's what, 50 bucks? That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. And that's what I'm talking about, y'all. You have to look at what you're paying. I tell you this, this is a pure example. If you're in a group, let's use S2F group, for example. I think they charge $94 right now. If you're in that group for a month, you go through all the study material, you're in a group, you're seeing all the call outs. If you are not making $160 by the end of that month, the group's not for you. Get out. Why? Because you get $94 back that you invested plus $94 of income that you made. Point blank, period. If you're not making that, then you should be in a group. If you are in the Money Printers group, I think it's $35. If you're not making $35 a month off of that group, you should be in a group. You should be in a group. It's not for you. If you're paying $250, so I pay to be in OTB Clubhouse. If I pay $250 a month and I'm not making $500 a month off of that group, I shouldn't be in that group. It's not working for me. So if you're a person who has an income of $40,000 a year or $60,000 a year, you should not be paying thousands of dollars for a course. I don't care what anybody tells you. They can feed you that marketing BS that, oh, you know, you pay for college, right? You pay for college. You pay thousands of dollars for college, student loans, and then you graduate with a degree and you can't get a job and you have all this debt. I love that. I love that slogan because it gets in your head like, yo, you're right. I'm paying for knowledge. That is true. I mean, I think college in general is a scam, but I can't sit here and talk. I'm a guy who has multiple degrees, but in the end of the day, part of college is a scam. What the fuck do I have to take intro to jazz for to get my engineering degree? It's just a way to take some additional money, right? But I get that, yeah. So why not pay thousands of dollars to basically learn about the stock market, real estate, credit, Turo, whatever? Because the reality is The people who are paying for your program don't have thousands of dollars to really do that. And the reality is, people who are rich and do have thousands of dollars, they're not going to want to do it themselves. They pay other people to do it. And if your target audience is a middle class, adjust your price for the middle class to truly be able to afford it, where they still have money in their savings account to be able to invest and grow their generational wealth, instead of taking all of their money they have in their savings account to fill your pockets so you could be rich, so you could be famous. If you're paying $12,000 for a course or a mentorship program, by the end of the year, you better have $24,000 in your bank account. That was it, y'all. My name is Mark. This is the last time I'm gonna address this. Hopefully, it'll help hit home with some of you guys, and I hope you guys get me. If you guys ever need to talk, if you ever feel like shit for dropping money on groups that you wish you hadn't, I'm always available on Instagram. I'm always available on Twitter, even though I don't really know how to use my Twitter properly yet. I feel old, but as you guys know, you can also comment below. I typically always get back. I check my comments about once a week or so. So until the next video, guys, my name is Mark. You're watching with Trading with a Dummy. Shout out to the dumbasses in this dummy zone, by the way. That's my little group. Oh, shout out to y'all. We're doing it, y'all. We're doing it. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace out.